Welcome back, world of YouTube. Today we're going to have a fun little Photoshop tutorial on how to simulate a tilt-shift lens. Now, a lot of people are fascinated by tilt-shift lenses. They make things look like miniatures. And I've been asked, how can we simulate that in Photoshop? Here we go, let's get right to it. Let's start by finding our file in Lightroom. Here I've got a picture of the Roman Colosseum. This is as shot. Now, I've already manipulated it, but I've got the history here, so let's look at what we've done. First thing I did was to crop and rotate a little bit so we get a better view. Next, I did some clipping of the whites and the blacks to get a little bit more contrast. Now the next three steps are really important. Boost the clarity and really boost it. Next, boost the vibrance a lot. And finally, the saturation. Now if you look at this picture, it's extreme colors, extreme contrast, but that's what we're looking for. We want something that's almost comical. Now I've added a little more contrast and boosted the exposure because it was getting a little bit dark. I didn't like the sky, so I did a little bit of dehazing. And now we've got a shot that I can export to the hard drive. I've exported it, and next we'll open it in Photoshop. Now, we've opened our file in Photoshop, and the first thing I like to do is to duplicate the background layer. I usually drag it down to the layer icon and create a copy. Let's call this one Tilt Shift. The next step is actually very easy. Press the Q key to go into Quick Select, select the Gradient tool, and make sure that you're up here selecting a reflected gradient. Then go down, put your cursor at the center of the part that you want in focus, the center of your miniatures. Hold down and drag to where you want the blur to begin, things to be out of focus. You can drag up or down, doesn't really matter. So what we have here is a red band that is going to show us the parts that will be in focus, the rest will be gradually out of focus. Hit the Q key again to exit Quick Select, and now you've got the marching ants that show you the parts that would be blurred out. Next step is really simple. Go to Filter, Blur, and select Lens Blur. Now in this part, there's only one slider you really want to work with, and that's the radius. Now it's already at 35 because I've been playing with it. It's just right. But you can play with it and see what you prefer. If you had it down to a radius of 10, you see that there is a lot less out of focus. If you brought it up to 75, you'd see that the parts are way too far out of focus. So play with the radius slider and select what you want and what is best for your image. In this case, 35 works out just right. And that's it. You just have to hit OK. And once you're back on your main screen, hit Command or Control D to remove the marching ants, and there's your shot. If you want to make things look even more comical, you can select a vibrance adjustment layer, and you can adjust the vibrance. I'll show it here. You can bring the vibrance up. You can even bring your saturation up to have something that's a little more extreme. And there you go, ready to be exported and posted to your website. So that was it. Pretty simple, huh? See you in the next video, and as always, please show your support by hitting the subscribe button. Le prochain vidéo sera en français, and I'll be doing the next English video right after that. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.